There's a saying, what's good for your heart is also good for your brain. As scientists, it is really important for us to understand how much truth there is to this, and to what extent can healthy lifestyle have an effect on our brains. I've always wanted to look at whether exercising can have an impact on people with Alzheimer's disease, or AD, one of the most common brain disorders among older adults. It is an extremely debilitating disease, most commonly known for affecting person's memory. It places an enormous burden on the individual, but also on the family and society as a whole. Because of this, a lot of research has been focused on examining AD, and now we know that there are certain changes in the brain and thinking or cognitive skills that occur even long before the appearance of clinical symptoms. First, a protein amyloid forms these clumps in the brain called plaques. Another protein, tau, causes certain parts of brain cells to disintegrate. Both of these proteins then go on to cause cells in the brain to die, resulting in brain shrinkage. Finally, AD affects cognition, such as a person's memory, attention, speed, navigation, all deteriorate. Even though we know a lot about AD, there's still no effective treatment that could cure this disease or even slow down its progression. That is why a lot of studies have focused on examining alternatives, one of them being lifestyle factors. Since we can detect these changes before the appearance of clinical symptoms, if we can introduce lifestyle changes that could slow down or prevent the appearance of symptoms, then that will be a very valuable discovery. In terms of exercising, there is some indication that people who exercise more show less amyloid plaques, less tau, less brain shrinkage, and smaller impairment in cognitive skills. So there's potentially short-term benefits to exercising, but what about long-term? What about in 2 or 5 years? And that was exactly the goal of my project, to see whether people who exercise more will show slower disease progression over time than people who exercise less. The results suggest that both high and low exercise groups showed the same rates of change in these 4 outcomes over time. Now, I don't want you all to go home and stop going to the gym right away. We did not see a beneficial effect of exercising in the study, but we might not have the whole story. Maybe it's not enough to say that only exercising will do the trick. We might also have to look at other aspects of a healthy lifestyle. In future studies, we need to focus on exercising, but also on eating healthy, doing cognitive exercises, and other factors of healthy living. And if we can understand better how all of these aspects of healthy lifestyle interact together and have an effect on our brains, then that will have an impact on everyone affected by Alzheimer's disease.